Good afternoon, children. Today we will further discuss about light, and as I have said, today we will read about laws of reflection. So, reflection is one of the important property of light, and there are two types of reflection which we have learned in last class. Now, according to this law of reflection, the incident ray, reflected ray, and normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. This is first law of reflection. And the second law says that angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. And these laws of reflection are valid for all type of surfaces, even for spherical surfaces. That is also an important point. So what is reflection that we have learned? Now, laws of reflection. So write, there are two laws of reflection. And before uh, writing the laws, draw this figure. Suppose this is a plane mirror, dash. The lower surface is the reflecting surface. At the center of it, draw a normal. Then draw incident ray. And then draw a reflected ray. So, as we have discussed in last class, you all know what is incident ray, what is normal, what is point of incidence, and what is reflected ray. So we have taken a mirror dash, and let a ray of light AO incident on it. At the point of incidence we have drawn a normal, and OB is the reflected ray. So according to the first law, the incident ray, the reflected ray, and normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. So write it, the incident ray, comma, the reflected ray and the normal all lie in the same plane. Here you can add at the point of incidence. Here you can add at the point of incidence. Then second law states that angle of incidence and angle of reflection are always equal. The second law is the angle of reflection is always equal to the angle of incidence. So we can write angle I is equal to angle R. So angle of incidence is angle I and angle of reflection is angle R. So these are the two important laws, and you also write these laws are valid for all types of surfaces including spherical surfaces. So whether the surface is smooth or plain, rough, uneven, spherical, in all the cases these laws are valid. You can't say that these laws are valid for plane surfaces only. Now we will discuss some of the questions. That if you will change the angle of incidence, angle of reflection will be also change by same amount. Now one question is, an incident ray makes an angle of 35 degree with the surface of plane mirror. What is the angle of reflection? So let us write this question. Question 1 is, an incident ray makes an angle of 35 degree with the surface of a plane mirror. With the surface of a plane mirror. What is the angle of reflection? So, any problem in understanding the question? 35 degree is given, which 35 degree is not the angle of incidence children. An incident ray makes an angle of 35 degree with the surface of plane mirror. So this angle is given. With the surface of plane mirror, incident ray makes an angle of 35 degree, not the angle of incidence. Now you know that this is normal, isn't it? And this much angle is 35 degree. So angle of incidence, you will draw that figure and then you will write angle of incidence will be equal to 90 degree minus 35 degree, so 55 degree. Therefore, from the laws of reflection, angle of reflection will be 55 degree. Since these two are equal according to laws of reflection, so it will be 55 degree angle of reflection. Now we will discuss another important question. I think it is clear to you because generally students take 35 degree angle of incidence. It is not the angle of incidence. It is given the incident ray makes an angle of 35 degree with the surface of mirror. So angle of incidence will be 90 minus 35. Now the second question. Two plane mirrors two plane mirrors PQ and QR are kept at right angles to each other as shown in figure. A ray of light AB incident a ray of light AB is incident on the mirror PQ. At an angle of 30 degree. As shown in figure. Draw the path of reflected ray from the second mirror QR. Draw the path of the reflected ray from the second mirror QR and find the angle of the reflection for the mirror QR. So first we will draw the diagram, children. There are two plane mirrors, PQ and QR, and they are fitted right angle to each other. So suppose this is PQ shaded portion is painted and other side we have reflecting surface. So PQ and this is QR. So these are the two mirrors and they are at right angle to each other. It means they make an angle of 90 degree with each other. A ray of light AB is incident on the mirror PQ. Suppose a ray of light AB is incident on PQ at an angle of 30 degree as shown in figure. So it makes an angle of 30 degree. A ray of light AB is incident on the mirror PQ at an angle of 30 degree as shown in figure. So in figure they have shown, after drawing a normal at point B, that this angle is 30 degree. Draw the path of reflected ray from the second mirror QR and find the angle of reflection for the mirror QR. So this ray will reflect back by making same angle. It means this angle is also 30 degree. So it will come to another mirror now, that is QR. Here also you have to draw a normal at the point of incidence, and this ray will be reflect back by making same angle. So if this angle is 30, this angle is 30 degree, then these are alternate angles, alternate interior angles. This is also 30 and this hole is 90 degree. As we know, normal makes an angle of 90 degree with the surface. So this angle will be how much? This will be 90 degree minus 30 degree. So here angle of incidence will be 60 degree, and hence the reflected ray will make same angle, that is 60 degree, according to law of reflection. So we have drawn the path of the reflected ray from the second mirror is QR, and find the angle of reflection for the mirror QR. So therefore angle of reflection for the mirror QR will be equal to 60 degree. I think it is clear to you, children. Now I'm giving some more questions. For example, I am now discussing Lakshmi Singh book, page 314, Horts, question 102. So this is our question 3. A ray of light strikes a plane mirror XY at an angle of incidence of 65 degree. Here angle of incidence is given 65 degree, is reflected from this plane mirror. And then strikes a second plane mirror YZ. Placed at right angle to the first mirror. What is the angle of reflection for the mirror yz. Try to solve this question, children. Same type of question, and quickly send your answer in my WhatsApp number. Giving 5 minutes to solve this question. Those who are not able to solve this one, for those students, I am just repeating it once again. Ray of light strikes a plane mirror xy. So first of all, you draw a mirror xy. Let this is the mirror xy. At an angle of incidence of 65 degree is reflected from this plane mirror, and then strike a second plane mirror yz, and there is a second plane mirror yz, and this mirror is placed at an angle of 90 degree. They are right angle to each other. So suppose a ray of light strikes the mirror and angle of incidence is given 65 degree. So let this angle is 65 degree and is reflected from this plane mirror, and then strike a second mirror. Suppose this is the ray which reflected back and strikes a second plane mirror yz placed at right angle to the first mirror. What is the angle of reflection from the mirror yz? So at the point of incidence, again you have to draw a normal like this. Now if this angle is 65 degree, then this angle is also 65 degree. So this angle, it means angle of incidence will be 90 minus 65, so 25 degree. So this ray will also make an same angle because angle of incidence and reflection are equal. So the angle of reflection for the mirror YZ, hence the angle of reflection for the mirror YZ will be 25 degree.